Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today we're going to be talking about Gemini season. And yes, we are into it already. It began on the 21st of May and will go until the 20th of June. So I want to wish a very happy birthday to all of my beautiful Geminis. It is always a really fun, inspiring season. There's a lot of energy in the air, right? Gemini is a very social sign. And so people are wanting to get up, they're wanting to get out, they're wanting to communicate, they're wanting to interact with each other. It is interesting that we had Mercury, Gemini's ruling planet, in retrograde for the first part of Gemini season, but Mercury will be going direct on June 2nd, which actually might be today. I'm not sure what day it is. It is June 2nd today as I'm filming this, so Mercury is right now stationing direct. As many of you who regularly watch the channel have noticed, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus. I came down with a head and chest cold. It was pretty intense. It had me out of commission, and I'm still rebounding back from that. So I appreciate you guys. I'm so happy to be back on here doing a reading for you guys and tapping into these energies. I know they have been really intense. This Mercury retrograde has been a powerful one, but we are moving out of that energy now. Of course, we will still be in the shadow period during probably the rest of Gemini season. I'm not sure off the top of my head exactly when we move out of the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, but if you guys check out the Mercury retrograde video, all of the information is there for you. But if we're not in it for the whole rest of the season, for at least for a really good chunk of it, most of it we will be. However, these energies are lightening, and we are feeling that beautiful curiosity and openness and those characteristic qualities of the Gemini energy coming through more strongly as we move into June. Gemini is the third sign in the zodiac. It is the first air sign in the zodiac. And so this really represents us beginning to expand our concept of the world, right? In the first two signs, we're really coming into our understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. And then with this third sign of Gemini, we begin to expand beyond the self and explore our immediate surroundings. So Gemini energy very much represents our immediate environment, the way that we think, the way that we learn, and especially those formative years when we are learning and in those first years of school, right? It can represent siblings, short distance travel. There's a lot of traditional things that Gemini energy and the third house, which Gemini rules specifically, that they represent. So it is this energy that takes us back to a childlike state. Much like Leo energy, we are exploring the inner child when we're working with the energy of Gemini. And what Gemini energy is asking us to do is to become more open-minded, right? To explore new perceptions, to gain information and knowledge. Gemini energy is all about gaining information and knowledge. It's about the facts. It's about the figures. So we're really digging into that in this season. And it's about how we take in information and then communicate that information with other people. And the way that we expand our perspective through sharing that with others and through gaining their perspective as well. Gemini is not a sign that just wants to sit down and read a book. Gemini wants to sit down, read that book, and then discuss that book with others to get others' opinions and others' perspectives. And Gemini energy is not known for being very singularly focused. So Gemini energy is more like the energy that wants to read 25 books at once, get a few chapters of each book in, and then discuss them with people. That is one of the things that we want to be aware of as we're moving through this season, is that we may be a little distracted. It is sort of like the ADHD kind of a sign, I guess you could say. And so we don't necessarily want to assume that things started in this season will have longevity, although it doesn't mean that they won't, right? But we want to explore. We want to try new things. We want to broaden our horizons. We want to be spontaneous. We want to explore. and really see from that point where it is that we want to begin to narrow our focus, right? So this is the time for trying new things, for trying on different hats, for trying on different pairs of shoes. There's a bunch of analogies we could use with that, right? And seeing which ones fit, seeing which ones feel right. But we do want to be aware, like I said, that people's energy is a little bit all over the place. So we don't want to get frustrated about that with people, right? And we also don't want to... I'm trying to think of the way I want to sort of phrase this. I think you guys probably understand what I mean. It's sort of this energy, like somebody may take an interest in something or someone, but that may not necessarily pan out in the long run because the energy is very mutable. It's very changeable. All right. That's why Gemini is represented by the twins. It's that duality. And so we want to be wary of that. There's a non-committal kind of an energy to Gemini sometimes. And so just taking everything lightly, trying not to take anything too seriously and just really have fun with things and have fun with people, really engage in that social aspect and just have a good time. Gemini is fun. Gemini is flirty. Gemini is charismatic. And so that energy is really carrying us deeper into spring and toward that summer energy, right? Toward that beautiful summer solstice. All right, enough talking, right? Gemini, I got that chatty Gemini flavor going on here. I've actually been called to work with the Urban Tarot, clear, for our Gemini reading, which makes a lot of sense because Gemini rules communication, right? It rules like social media and all of the different ways that we connect with each other. And Gemini is definitely, Gemini energy loves the country and exploring just as much as anyone, right? But they also really love the city. They love the nitty gritty. They love to be where the action is. And so this tarot just feels appropriate. So give us some energy. And actually, clear. Sorry, I forgot to clear them. Give us some energy for Gemini season. What can we expect as we move through this season, this second half really of Gemini season that we're getting into now? Tell us what's going on. All right. First card out, we have the Knight of Swords, the Game Master. Ooh, interesting. Get us some more information here. Got the Prince of Swords, the Hacker. All right, so these are some very Gemini energies that we have coming out in these cards, right? The Game Master, the Strategist. So really working with that energy of strategy, utilizing all that extra brain power. And of course, we talked about communication, social media, all of those things, and how Gemini season is linked into those. So I think it's interesting that these are the personalities, the energies coming out here. And the swords, right? This is all about the mind. So we're really engaging with our minds as we move through this next season. But it's especially with the Mercury retrograde starting this Gemini season, we have this energy that's really asking us to see from a different perspective, right? To really shift the way that we are perceiving and interacting with the world. That's what it feels like more than anything. How are you interacting with the world? Right? This guy interacts with the world like he's playing a game of chess. Very strategic. Every move is planned out. This guy interacts with the world through a screen, right? But with this energy too, what does a hacker do? A hacker has an energy of control, right? They're able to tap into anything. They're able to access information that other people can't. And they're able to shift that information, to change that information in order to alter results. So I think that's a really interesting energy here. And I'm definitely feeling that energy of the people. This energy as we move through Gemini season of, are you in control of your own life? Or are you allowing outside parties to manipulate that, to manipulate your perspective, to manipulate your opinion? I feel like for some people, it's like we're taking the control back It's like we're realizing, and we've noticed perhaps through that Mercury retrograde, how our perspective had been skewed, right? How that had been controlled. And we are now taking back control of that energy. I really like that. I also feel like there's those energies who have spent a lot of time trying to manipulate your opinion, trying to manipulate your perspective and point of view. Remember, when you control someone's mind, you control everything because their mind creates their reality. All right. And the collective mind creates the collective reality. And so there's this energy of working overtime, really, to seize or to regain control of the hive, of the group mind. But this energy of losing control and people taking back control of their own minds. It's like hacking the matrix. I like that. I just heard it was something to the analogy of playing checkers versus playing chess. Like they thought they were playing checkers, but they were playing chess. I don't know. Something to that effect. So we have the Lovers coming out now. So on a more, on a different level, there's definitely this energy in Gemini season of, especially where we started out with the Mercury retrograde, right? In the sign of Gemini, of course, moving back into Taurus. This energy of reconnecting, rekindling, people reaching out. But if somebody's reaching back out to you during Gemini season, they have a motive, right? They have a very particular intention in mind. It's not random. I mean, it's never really random, but I feel like it's really not random. Right now, like they know exactly the result that they want from the communication. They have very clear and strong intentions towards what it is that they're hoping to achieve with the communication that's coming through. Tell me more about this. What are they hoping to achieve? Peace, Two of Swords. So this is reconciliation, or this is if you've been at odds with somebody. They're wanting to bury the hatchet. It's that kind of an energy. If there's an energy that exists between you and somebody, especially with the Lovers here, right? This is specific. Not always, right? Because you can read into it. It's going to be different for different people. But more or less, it's specific to people that we've had romantic or intimate relations with. Or just people that we've had a deep and profound connection with if it's not romantic or intimate in that way. There's something intimate about it. If there is a situation like that that's been unresolved, that's been kind of hanging in the air, that may be what the specific intention is here, right? The specific intention is to create and foster peace, to clear the air, perhaps to find closure or to come to some sort of agreement. What else here? Anything else on this? And for some people, this may come through text. It may come through direct messages, right? It may come through email, something like that, right? Electronic. If somebody doesn't, it may be easier for them to communicate that way than to communicate directly. But what they say is going to be pretty direct. It's going to be pretty to the point, even if they don't say it verbally, right? Even if they write it out to you in some sort of message. Then we have the 10 of, I believe, cups here. Satiety. Yeah, so I definitely feel for some, that they're hoping for reconciliation. If this is a romantic thing, that might be what they would desire, but it doesn't necessarily mean that is what needs to be the result. And it's interesting here because I'm noticing, first of all, this looks like a pride parade. All right. And so that may resonate. That energy may resonate for somebody. But I also noticed how this person is holding this woman's stomach, right? She's holding this woman's stomach here. And so there may be children involved here. Pregnancy, children. This may be some of this energy may relate to same-sex couples, but not necessarily. Somebody may also receive news of a pregnancy during Gemini season. Yeah. Lots of, news, communication, it's all going to be coming in. So that is pretty normal. Anything else that we want to know? All right, we have the Four of Cups coming out, luxury. Anything else that we want to know about Gemini season from this deck? But it's all about feeling fulfilled, feeling at ease. Anywhere where there was tension, it's like during Gemini season, we're wanting to clear the air. We're wanting to create symbiosis, right? We have the Rock Star coming out, Knight of Wands. This is a fire energy, but this is very Gemini season energy as well. All right, so there's some fun here, right? Some fun, some debauchery that I'm seeing. Give me a little more. What wanted to fall out here? Abundance, Three of Cups. Yeah, so there's a lot of it's like really getting out there. Like we said, this is a social season. So get out there, have fun, socialize. Whatever fun means to you, right? We got the two dudes lounging on the couch together, watching TV or whatever they're doing. Actually, interesting enough, this guy looks like he's checking his text messages or something. So that's interesting. Right? But whether your idea of fun is hanging out at the house, getting together with some people, having a good time, or whether it's going out and really getting noticed and being seen, right? Just really enjoy the social aspect of this second half of Gemini season here. And really celebrate. Like, there's going to be things coming through for people that are really worth celebrating. I feel like for some people, there is going to be recognition coming through for you during Gemini season. Some way that you're being noticed or recognized by others. And I feel like what's really being said here with this Four of Cups energy too is like, don't sit in your shit. All right? Don't sit in your shit. If you have been isolating, if you have been kind of like dimming yourself down for whatever reason, if you felt like your fire has sort of been diluted lately and you haven't really had, it's sort of like some of us, we may have fallen into this lethargic energy. We may have fallen into this almost like pity party type energy, I want to say. We're being asked to pull ourselves out of that and to really, it's sort of like, dust ourselves off, polish ourselves up, and get back out there, get back in the game, get back in the world again. Because there's a lot of fulfillment and joy waiting to find you. If you're willing to put in that effort, it's like the universe is saying, like, meet me halfway. Like, don't complain about being alone when you just sit at home on the couch all day. Right? Don't complain about not being recognized for the gifts and the beauty that you possess if you're not out there showing that to the world, right? Don't sit. It's this energy, right? Of the Four of Cups, a lot of times we call it crying over spilled milk. So don't sit and cry over spilled milk. All right, get yourself up, get yourself out. Really take charge and take control of your own life. It's like part of what I'm being reminded of, and this metaphor extends, right? Is the old fable or the story when they talk about the guy who prays every day to win the lottery, but he never wins. And one day, he's talking to God and he says, "Listen, I've been praying to you every day to win the lottery. Why have I not won?" And God says, "Well, did you buy a ticket?" It's that kind of an energy. And so that's what we want to extend, that knowledge and that understanding to all aspects of our lives. Did you buy the ticket? If you didn't buy the ticket, then how are you going to take the ride? All right. I also feel like for somebody out there, you're going to be sort of in this. You're going to be just kind of like relaxing, taking it easy one day, out of the blue, out of nowhere. You're going to get some sort of message or some sort of communication that really lights you up and gives you a cause to celebrate. It's like unexpected good news or something like that, is what I'm feeling. Unexpected good news or good fortune. But once again, it's not going to be because you didn't do anything. It's you put in the work. You put in the work, but you may have not been expecting it to pay off yet, or to pay off in the way that it does. But it really does. Something really comes through for somebody during this season. Yeah, nine of Pentacles gain. Financially, in the financial arena, when it comes to wealth, when it comes to whatever it is that you've been trying to create. However it is that you've been trying to be recognized, however it is that you've been, especially if you've been trying to put your gifts and your talents out into the world, you're getting the comeuppance for that now. It's coming through. It's like good news. And for some people, it's good news upon good news upon good news. Yeah. It's also like, I almost feel for somebody, it's sort of like the energy of going from like rags to riches. But it's because you put the money in the spiritual bank. That's what I want to say. So it may not be that you've been hustling and you've been really doing a lot outwardly. You've put in the work and you've put in the effort, but it's more like you've put in the work. It's like the spiritual work. That side of things has been equally invested in. And something's really coming through. But it's almost like you put in the work, the physical work, and then it's like you've mastered that art of manifesting, where you put in the real world consistent work and effort that needed to be put in, but you totally detached yourself from the results, and you're just kicking back, knowing that what's meant for you is going to come to you in the right time. You've detached yourself from the outcome, and you're not trying to force things. And then all of a sudden, it's like it all comes through. Yeah, victory, 6 of Wands. I'm telling you. This is really good stuff. This is really good stuff. Crossing the finish line. Right? If this is a project that you started, whether this be like a creative project, a business, whether this was your own healing journey. For some people, I'm feeling almost like a court or a legal matter. Yeah, we got power on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, this is great stuff, you guys. I love it when we get good stuff like this. For some reason, I want to see what's on the top of the deck here. We have the Activist, Princess of Swords on the top of the deck. Yeah, so really making the change that you want to see in the world or in your own life. And I want to grab, yeah, we'll go with the Zodiac of the 108. I want to grab a few Zodiac of the 108 cards, clear, to give us a little extra. Give us a little extra something for our Gemini season reading here. What else wants to come through? All right, shooting star. Wish granted. All right, luck. Passion. Brilliance. All right, this is exactly what we're seeing here. Somebody's becoming a star. I really feel that in some aspect, in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, we got the spilled milk card coming out again. Interesting. I'm not really feeling these two popped out as well. Person of air, so that would be Gemini, right? And then the empty nest. I don't know if I'm feeling those or not. Yeah, I guess I am actually, because that's the spilled milk for somebody, right? So it's like letting go of and releasing the disappointment of the past, of what ended in the past. Especially if this was like a breakup situation, right? Where somebody left abruptly, or somebody was cruel with their words, maybe. It was like some cold and detached, that sort of an energy. It's like getting over that. Somebody's had a really hard time getting over the past. Getting over the way that somebody treated them. The way that somebody left. That's what it feels like. So like, if somebody ghosted you, it's that sort of an energy. And someone's been really hung up on this. And this energy could play into the first part of this reading, where we had the person wanting to come up and clear the air, right? It may be the person that left. Or it may be the person who was left, right? It could really, but somebody clearing the air. So I see this energy relating to that first part of the reading here. But also, I mean, it can relate to the second part, right? We got the spilled milk energy again. But it's like somebody here is finally getting over this energy of hanging on to the past, the resentment. They're finally able to release that and move on. And it may be because somebody comes to you and offers you some closure. It may be that you've already done this naturally. And for some people, it's like as soon as you're able to move beyond this energy and stop being mad about it, that sort of attracts the closure that you needed, that you thought you needed from the outside. It's like you're able to receive that once you don't care about it anymore. Once you realize that you don't need that validation, you don't need that acknowledgement from the other person in order to move on. Then some people actually get that acknowledgement, and for some more. You get somebody that actually is wanting to come in and reconcile. But regardless, it's like you come back to life. That's what's important. That's what matters, is that you come back to life. And there's a lot of success and abundance in that. Anything else here? We got the Knight coming out with the microphone. Oh my God. This is just like over and over again. The same kind of messages coming out, right? The Knight with the microphone. So this is somebody expressing how they feel, right? Somebody making a chivalrous gesture. Somebody communicating a truth that needs to be heard. Yeah, this is somebody really coming through and sharing how they feel, right? These two cards are fire cards. We got Sag and Leo, represented in these cards here, all right? So a lot of fiery, passionate energy. People really speaking out. Romantic gestures, I'm feeling. Chivalrous gestures. And for some people, it's not necessarily that this person... I definitely feel like it's somebody coming back in, whether just to clear the air or to quite possibly offer a fresh start or another beginning here. What was I going to say about that? I got distracted by the cards I'm holding in my hands. It's like too much is coming in. It's too hard. It's kind of hard to keep up, which is very Gemini energy as well, right? Yeah, so this person may, it doesn't really, the end result is like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter what you do. You're still going to benefit from this energy, whether you reconcile with this person or not, or you simply clear the air and you're able to come to an agreement. It's going to be very healing. But we have the dice and the 50-50 card on the bottom of the deck. So it's really like taking that chance, do you want to take that gamble? Which once again really makes me think that for a lot of people, this is somebody coming in wanting a second chance. And possibly for some people offering something physical. And I don't just mean like intimacy, right? Like I mean like something concrete, something substantial. Maybe even an opportunity for some people. But it's so cute. I'm looking at this. You see where it says yes or no at the top? And I'm remembering, like, you know, when you're kids and you pass notes in school and it says, like, do you like me? Circle yes or no. It's kind of like that cutesy sort of energy. That childlike energy, right? Of that innocence. It's like something regains its spark and its innocence. I really feel like for somebody, it's going to be difficult to resist this energy. I feel like whoever this is, like, you're going to give this person a second chance. Because they're recognizing you in a way that they haven't been willing to do in the past. Yeah. There's also this energy, this general energy that I'm feeling for Gemini season of people being given this opportunity to speak up and speak out and have their voices heard. There's this energy of uncertainty in the air, right? We don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot that's popping off. That's what I'm feeling with this as well, right? With the microphone, the news, right? Things going either way. A high stakes game, right? Not really knowing what's going to happen next. There's a lot of strong opinions in the air. There's a lot of that Gemini mutability and changeability where we don't really know what's going to happen. All right, but there's a lot of information circulating. There's a lot of opinions circulating. And so we just want to be aware of this. And we want to, there's a lot of people speaking out on social media, right? Taking a stand. It's that energy of, I had a friend and he used to always say, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. All right, and so people really learning during Gemini season where they stand. And I think we're going to see that really culminating around that full moon on June 14th in Sagittarius. And yes, we will be back to doing the full moon ceremonies for that. And there will be a video on that coming out shortly. But there's a lot happening and heating up in the public arena, right? And we've seen this happening. A lot of issues coming to the surface that people are really passionate about. All right. A lot that's shifting and changing, a lot that's up in the air. And remember, whenever this happens, there's usually a lot that they're also trying to distract us from. So pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to who's meeting, who's getting together, right? What agreements are being made that are going to affect our future. That's the way we'll put it. Because there's a lot going on behind the scenes when there's a lot going on that we're being shown, right, by the media. But people really getting whipped into a frenzy. But people really feeling that uncertainty, feeling that tumultuousness, and feeling that pressure to be heard, that push to really get their voice out there, to stand up for what they believe in. But remember, we want to be taking in as much information as we're giving out. Right? We want to be listening and observing as much as we're speaking. That's the part that Gemini energy sometimes misses. So take this as an opportunity to really figure out where you stand, but to really take in all the information and all the facts that you can possibly get your hands on, but not to believe and immediately accept everything that you hear as fact, right? Then we got the Child coming out here. And this is also a reminder that the energy here and what we're creating and the reality that's being born from all the shifts and changes happening right now is still up in the air, right? We still 50-50, things could go either way. We are still creating in every moment the reality that we want. So don't allow yourself to get so caught up in a trend or in a movement. I've been looking into the reality transurfing a little bit, and they talk about the energy of pendulums, right? Which is like an energy, which is a thought form that takes on an energy and sucks people in, right? A belief system kind of is one way to look at that energy. I'm still kind of getting to know and understand everything about it. But that was one of the things that stuck out to me was it's like this thought form that becomes almost like an entity because it has so much energy attached to it. And so don't let yourself get sucked into that energy because that energy wants to tell you what to think and how to feel. And we don't want to get caught up in that. Remember the chess master, the hacker from the beginning of the reading. Who is trying to distort my reality? Who is trying to distort my perspective? Can I take in all perspectives, but ultimately create my own? Create my own belief, create my own knowing. All right? Can I communicate and exchange ideas without getting sucked into a narrative and sucked back into that black and white thinking? And can I remember that nothing is set in stone? Even if things look grim, they could shift in a moment. All right? And then we have the Child here. Exploration, boundless energy, loving to learn, imagination, delighting in the simple things. All right, the inner child. So this is that reminder that we're really, and I love how there's two kids here, right? The twins, the Jack and the Jill. Right, the masculine and the feminine. So really continuing that reminder to continue honoring our inner child and not to be too fixed, stubborn, or stuck, right? To keep our minds open and expansive. And also we got the crack shot on the bottom of the deck here. Be careful. Pay attention to the words that we speak, who we're speaking them to. Say what we mean and mean what we say. All right. We really want to be practicing that energy as we move deeper into this season. All right. The grapes, abundance coming through again. All right. So there's a lot of this abundance and this energy of enjoying. It's like the harvest coming through for people as well. Okay. This is a time of plenty for many. Remember, and it is a time of scarcity for a lot of people. It's especially, I know in America, in the country where I live, there's a recession going on right now, right? There's a lot of people struggling. But there's so much abundance and wealth to be had if we are able to tap into that flow of that energy. All right, if we are able to, it's like this season wants to remind us, see yourself as abundant. See yourself as plentiful. See your cup. Know that your cup runneth over, and runneth over at will. All right, what do I want to close with? I was going to close with my my new deck that my friend Tommy got me for my birthday, but I'm actually feeling the Earth Warriors Oracle. So this is what we're going to close with today. We're going to get some closing guidance from the Earth Warriors Oracle. Clear. Let's give us some closing guidance for Gemini season. Yeah, we got the autumn card on the bottom of the deck here, but this is also the full moon card. So really pointing toward that full moon in Sag. And really the culmination of events over the next 6 months. As we're feeling the energy, the eclipse energies, right? Coming off those eclipses. It's like this energy with the empty nest and spilled milk too. Of don't focus on what you don't have. Don't focus on what didn't work out. Know that the endings are creating new beginnings. And it's okay. We're all stepping into a new phase of our lives right now. And we're being asked to accept that, to embrace that, to make the adjustments that are necessary. And to really move into this next phase of our lives with as much grace as possible. Right? Don't waste time thinking about what didn't work out, thinking about how you would have done things differently in the past. Leave the past in the past. Let's move on to the future. Let's apply what we learned from our perceived mistakes to the next chapter. But this isn't about rereading the same chapter over and over again, right? We're writing a new chapter now. For many people, we're writing a brand new book. All right, so we have Anka coming out. Kin of the Red Hawk Tribe. Hold that up for you guys for a second. And let's see what this card has to say. Ooh, I feel there's a lot of energy coming from that card, you guys. My hand started tingling holding it. I'm going to hold it up for you guys while I read for you. On the wings of red-tailed hawk, a divine message comes. Your spiritual maturity has evolved into genuine power and discernment. You have earned your stripes. Acknowledgement is granted. Trust yourself and your destiny. You are ready. Trust in your sense of timing, which is excellent and inspired. Allow the divine to support you as you hover until the moment comes for you to fearlessly plunge into your forthcoming adventure. So this is that abundance that we're talking about for some people, right? And remember, abundance means many things. This is that next phase of the journey. A divine message is here for you now, so be open to the signs from the universe. You are more mature spiritually than you may realize. You have an ability to share wisdom and honesty with your tribe. If you are still searching for your tribe, trust yourself. You will recognize them instinctively when you meet them, even if on the outside they seem different from you. You are seeing things clearly, so trust your vision and have patience. Speak your truth, but do so with compassion because your words have greater influence than you may realize. Remember, say what you mean and mean what you say, but say it with love. When the moment is right, take action. A way will be shown for you to manifest your spiritual light in the world in practical ways. There are some on the spiritual path that claim to be more evolved than others. Of course, these are likely to be the ones learning an important lesson in humility. Then there are the souls that know that they have come with a special purpose, to lead, guide, and inspire others, yet they do not feel this makes them in any way superior to another. It is simply the way by which they can fulfill their divine destiny. These are the red-tailed hawk tribe, and you are one of their own. The red tail feathers only emerge in maturation, signifying that this bird of prey is a soul symbol from spiritual maturity in service to the tribe. This is also reflected by the red color associated with their feathers and the base chakra from the Vedic tradition of India. Red is the color of ground, earth, belonging, family, and tribe, our material reality and the collective consciousness that we can create for each other to either move us forward as a race or hold each other back. Anka, or hawk, is the medicine of the messenger. This is the one who sees and feels the birth of the new world and who recognizes that which is outmoded and belongs only to the past. It is a progressive, honest, action-oriented medicine. As a channel between higher wisdom and earthly concerns, Anka brings a way to get things done in harmony with the universe. Red-tailed hawks are many in number, yet each one has a unique plumage. They are both an army and a group of individuals. So it is with your kindred soul tribe. You will have common purpose on this planet, but the way each in the tribe goes about fulfilling and expressing it will be unique, and this is Age of Aquarius energy right here, right? Let's see. Our job is to recognize and support each other, even whilst we come from different disciplines, different backgrounds, and are approaching the same world problems from different perspectives. We may work from different places along different routes for the one true purpose of birthing higher consciousness on this planet. But when we realize that we belong to each other in our common purpose, though sometimes it may be hiding under quirky differences of character and expression, we feel a sense of belonging connected through an invisible but palpable thread of soul. To fully embrace the supportive power of your soul tribe, both in the spiritual realms and the earthly world, you will feel the healing required around family, friends, and various types of community, including religious and business communities, where you have held wounding. Insecurities around being marked as an outcast, abandonment, and rejection can create unconscious defensiveness that keeps people away. Once you may have needed those psychological walls to hold you up, until you healed your wounds and grew strong enough to thrive through tearing them down. Anka comes with the message that you have outgrown these old ways. To continue with them will keep support away from you unnecessarily. You will clearly be able to see anything unwanted that used to be held at bay by the walls. You will now be able to deal with it through your skills of honest speech and your ability to tear away cords of connection or influence that do not serve you. So really learning how to come together, how to co-create with others during Gemini season, how to share those views, perspectives, and opinions in a constructive way, but also find and understand those common threads, that common purpose and desire that we have that unites us, right? It's like what brings us together instead of what separates us, and focusing on that as we move forward. And then we have on the bottom of the deck, Padma Sundari. Out of darkness, the light is born. So this is us really having delved deep into our shadows, right? Having diving for that light and coming back up, emerging from the surface with this beautiful light within us. So this reminder as that in that darkness, we have found something powerful. And really coming, some of that energy coming full circle for those of us who've spent a lot of time purging and in that shadow energy lately. That new light and that new life being born from that. This next phase of spiritual maturity that's being born from our willingness to explore our darkness and integrate that into the light. Clear. Really beautiful reading, you guys. I missed you so much. I am so happy that I was able to get this reading done for you guys today. And I will be, of course, putting out as much content as I can before the little one arrives. I appreciate you guys so much. You are so beautiful. You are so spectacular. You are so incredibly loved, valued, and seen. Thank you for being a part of this tribe. Thank you for being here tonight and watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. Drop a comment down below. Let me know. There are links to donate if you feel so moved to donate to the channel. Every like, every share, every subscription is as good as a donation. It is all so much appreciated. It helps to get the messages out. It helps to introduce more people to this tribe so that we can create that beautiful unification of energy that that card was talking about, right? As we come together, we join together with our vision for humanity, and all of the beautiful tapestry of people and personalities and energy. It's just so beautiful, each and every single one of you, the way that we all contribute to this vision, the way that our energy boosts each other and buoys each other up. I appreciate it. I love it. I live for it. You guys are wonderful. I offer a whole bunch of services too. So if you guys want to do any personal one-on-one work with me, if my energy resonates with you, I am still going to be taking clients through June and possibly maybe into the beginning of July. We'll see when the little one comes. Then I will, of course, be taking a little bit of a break while we're introducing him into this crazy wild world that we're living in right now, you guys. This beautiful, beautiful world. I am so grateful to be here on this journey and to be sharing this journey with each one of you. And I will see you guys very soon.